This man is bullying a waitress. He sprays liquid on the back of her. There are a lot of laughs of people around, but the girl fights back. He is so scared and falls down. Everyone is unbelievable. Next, the waitress comes to the elevator. But this moment an accident happens. In a restaurant in Seoul in 2144. Around 4 a.m. a group of girls wake up from inside the compartment. This is a special group of people, they're artificial. Somi is one of them. They enter the restaurant as requested. In 19 hours they serve the guests. As artificial people they are forced to strictly abide by the rules. Customer is God. They must strictly follow the guests' requests. They can only drink 1 carton of milk. This is the life in the restaurant of Somi. Every day is the same. As for those waitresses, they are the most inferior people, no freedom. They have only one future, heaven. Every year there will be a ritual of ecstasy. From the first day of the year, the manager will spot a star in the neck of each person. When they get 12 stars their contract is over. Then they can go to the heaven. This is the desire of every girl. It's also the only way to be free. That night Somi suddenly wakes up. She finds out that Rose disappears. She also hears strange sound underground. Somi creeps over and spots a surprised scene. The manager is staying with Rose. They do strange thing. Rose sees Somi, but her expression is still very composed. Moments later the manager is lying on the ground. White foam in his mouth, not clear he is alive or dead. Rose says that this is the result of an allergy to the milk she drunk. Next Shay takes his key skillfully. Then she takes Somi to a door. She asks Somi something weird. What do you know outside the door? Somi is so scared Shay knows nothing to answer. Because they are artificial, they are forbidden to ask that question. Rose opens the door and enters. This is a plain warehouse. She tells Somi that this is the secret. Then there is a scene board playing a video. Somi watches attentively. This is the first time she has seen the outside world. Then, Somi is working as normal one day. At this moment, she finds out a guest who is bullying Rose. This guy sprays liquid on Rose's back. Rose pretends to ignore him. There are laughs around them. No one thinks that Rose will fight him. Then she steals items of a woman and runs. The manager stands still and watches everything. He pushes the button. Then Rose's neck spills fresh blood. She falls to the ground. This is the deepest impression in Somi's memory. She witnesses her friend die with her own eyes. So hurt. Half a month later, Somi wakes up again at midnight. When she goes out, she sees that the manager is lying on the ground, with a strange man. Somi is so scared, but he calms her. He says that the manager is allergic to milk. His name is Hae Ju Chong, a resistance officer. He also tells her that Rose's death is only due to the awakened consciousness that does not belong to her. The organization discovers that Somi had been in contact with Rose. They realizes that perhaps Somi's consciousness had also been awakened. If she doesn't leave, Shay will be ruined. He asks if Somi wants to leave with him. Somi hesitates, then agrees to leave. This is a utopia city. This is the first time Somi saw the world outside. Then she is taken to a room. She meets a strange doctor here. He has a frightening mechanical eye. The doctor carefully removes the necklace on Somi's neck. He says that it can kill Somi immediately. And all artificial people have those necklaces. This is a trick to control artificial people. Chong then takes Somi to a damp room. Under her surprised gaze, her eyes suddenly sees a room filled with modern stuffs. There are various beautiful clothes, a large TV screen to watch everything. They watch TV together and they talk about life. Days pass. Somi also gradually integrates into this comfortable and free life. For the first time she feels human goodwill. First time she feels freedom, but that day accident happens. The leaders of the organization get news from Somi. They have to force a conscious free artificial person like Somi back. Chong takes her to the window. This is the only chance to escape. A fight starts. In the end Chong falls above for saving Somi. Somi is imprisoned. That night the organization comes to find Somi. He says that Somi had violated the artificial man's rules. Now he will ruin her. When he takes Somi out, Chong appears a gunfight initials. After escaping from the organization, they go to the redemption area. This is also the base of the resistance coalition. Among the crowded people, everywhere are people of organization. Somi meets the leader of the resistance coalition. He says they have to create a free, consciously artificial man. Rose fails. Now Somi is the only hope. The organization wants to dominate the human world. They dominate everything. takes advantages of artificial men to get benefits. The Resistance Coalition hopes Somi can stand out and expose the crimes of the organization. There are a lot of sufferings in this world. The people deprived of their liberty are really too many. This lie, he says, has to be exposed. But Somi is just a waitress. She feels that she can't change the world. At night, Somi stays still watching people there. They are all free. She does not know how to deal with the Shogun's proposal. She sees Chang lying on the bed, approaching. Everything is so irony. A free man and artificial woman. It seems that their fates have been tied together ever since. Exposing the crimes of the organization is difficult. The Shogun brings Somi to see what they are up against. Then Somi is brought to a site. A bunch of women dressed in white are walking slowly. Their faces are happy. They are singing an unknown song. There are people who are identical to Somi. They are artificial people. They are coming to the heaven. To the freedom. But what is waiting to them is... In a dark room, a woman gradually walks over to sit on a chair. Then a black necklace hangs over her head. Immediately, she dies. Then a sharp hook is stabbed into her leg. Then she is pulled into a tube. Until she dies, she still smiles. Finally, she is pulled to the tube. These man-made hordes of supposed heaven are actually hanging in the air like poultry. There are many machines around them. Chang says that the organization's crimes cannot be forgiven. Due to the requirements of genetic engineering, they need a large amount of raw materials to feed the next generation of genes. More frightening is that they are still feeding more labor tools. When an artificial goes to the heaven, she is recycled and becomes trivial food. Somi is so scared. She can't believe this scene. She cries. She asks Chang, is it the milk they drink every day? It's unbelievable. Chang says nothing. Somi has her own decide. In the dark room, Somi's wet eyes look forward. She decides to ruin this site. Ruin the artificial system. Whether born naturally or artificially. Human beings all have consciousness and freedom. Our coalition is still fighting for that, says Chang. The Union is always looking forward to that day. She is then taken to the satellite station of the Resistance Coalition. She broadcasts her story with 12 confederacies and 4 other alien bases. Along with that, the illegal organization also start attacking the satellite station. In the video, Somi says that, life doesn't belong to us. From birth to death, we all have close relationships with others. From the past to present, every crime and every good deed are inextricably linked. This is the eternal truth of life. The ground shakes, the people in the Resistance Coalition fall one by one. Seeing Chang on the ground, Somi bursts into tears. A few days later, a bald man is sitting in front of Somi. He is the organization's information collector. He says Somi that the world has rules. Everyone break the rules will be destroyed. She knew the Resistance Coalition would fail. She knew she would be destroyed. But she decided to do. Somi calmly looks at the man in front of her. If no one stands out, the truth will never be revealed. At least, people trust me now. At the end of the movie, Somi is taken to heaven by the organization. This is her heaven. She is totally destroyed by the organization.